As opposing camps continue to struggle for the soul of the yet-to-take-off Nigeria Air, it is an indication that all is not well with the aviation sector in the country. The federal government, the Federal High Court sitting in Lagos, has issued an order of interim injunction restraining the federal government from executing the proposed establishment of the national carrier, Nigeria Air. But the federal government, through the Minister of Aviation, Hadi Serika, declared that no law in Nigeria could stop the national carrier projects. Also, the domestic airlines alleged that the sale of shares of the proposed airline violated the Companies and Allied Matters Act, as well as that of the Security and Exchange Commission, SEC, Issue 1, swearing prices. Now, gentlemen, Nigeria Air, Lekon.
Yeah.
It was meant to, Ethiopia Airline was meant to come in and then provide us the fleet and start rolling. And what is wrong with this idea?
Well, what I've been thinking is we're just looking at, shall I call it reverse nationalism? You are incompetent. Your government is incompetent to run. There was a time Nigeria Airways was about more than 20 aircrafts used to fly outside the country and all that. All of a sudden, everything went down. And then every effort to get it back failed. You then had an arrangement with Virgin Atlantic. It took off, then it went down again. You remember the women Minister for Aviation under Obasanjo?
Ezekiel Machikwe.
Yes. She did everything she could. At the end of the day, everything failed. Now, somebody came with this idea. Let's look for a tanker partner who will also have 49%. The federal government will have 5% to provide, shall we say, diplomatic cover for this airline. And then the other 46% will go to certain categories of investors, domestic investors. Some people say that, well, shall we say, the agent that is being used to put this package together, that the Minister of Aviation has shares in that organization. Which I thought, all you need to do is go to the CAC and publish what you have there. If that is true, let's see it. Nobody is talking. There's a bit of, some of our airlines have tried to do, domestic airlines have tried to do international flights, and they don't seem to be doing it competently. But I'm concerned that, what's his name, Air Peace, seems to stand out and seems to be able to do things. Why is Air Peace not one of the investors in Nigeria Air? I'm just asking, I'm just curious. Because if all the 49% of the money goes out, how about our local, can't we have some kind of arrangement such that Nigerian airlines can have some say in that Nigeria Air? I am concerned about that. I may be wrong, but that's what I think. I think that we need to deliberately get our people into that business, one way or the other.
Another school of thoughts, some people are saying that as it is now, AMCON is running ARIC. AMCON is running Aero Contractor.
Yes.
That why can't one of these companies be adopted and the investment should come into the company and turn it around and make it a national carrier?
Yeah, it's part of what we keep talking about. Personal interest overriding the national interest. The Minister of Aviation has been accused of having personal interest in this Air Nigeria, Ethiopia Airlines.
We can't substantiate that.
No, he has been accused. In his response, he didn't address that accusation. He didn't answer that question. He didn't answer the question. Rather, he said no court. Because I wonder if he has become the Attorney General of the Federation to interpret court orders. I mean, he's not even the Attorney General of the Federation cannot even interpret court orders because the court orders are made to be so clear. If you have anything against it, you go on appeal. So now, we recently had issues of repatriation of ticket sales by foreign airlines.
Yes, almost 500.
But the unfortunate thing with us is that we major in the minor. We have a major problem like that. Instead of us to look for ways to avoid such by engaging domestic carriers so that the money remains within Nigeria. The money employs Nigerians, as many Nigerians as possible. What are we doing? We are looking for Ethiopian Air that will still now have the same issue of repatriating ticket sales. Whereas you have capable airlines under the Airline Operators of Nigeria, AON, saying, give us this thing to run. If it's a national carrier, let all of us be a part of it, and then throw the shares open to Nigerians. Let Nigerians buy into it. It's things like this that foster national unity. It's things like this that make Nigerians have a sense of belonging. Because if I put my money into it, even if it's 10,000 naira, somebody puts 100,000, there is that sense of patriotism that I'm helping to develop the Nigerian economy. But where you just find the easy route by going to look for a foreign airline, yes, with all due respect to Ethiopian Airlines, yes, they've shown that they are a serious business organization, they are successful. But beyond just picking just any airline is the fact that we want to do things that will build the economy, that will strengthen the Naira, that will strengthen the local economy, that will reduce the repatriation of resources from Nigeria to foreign countries, that will also stop the depletion of our foreign reserves. These are issues we keep talking about, but government officials continue to sail in those stormy waters. So the minister should just apply the brakes, because in saying that no law can stop the formation of the company, he's actually, I think he was just playing around, because what is he talking about? There have been court cases there have been court judgment that stopped the formation of companies. Would you, for instance, go to CAC and form a company that will operate against the interests of Nigeria and say, well, no law can stop the formation of the company? I think government officials, people who are in the office of ministers, should be careful the kind of utterances they make. We must grow this economy. We must take deliberate steps to make this economy, to expand this economy. And so those things that deplete our foreign reserves, we should avoid them. Unless they are inevitable, fine. But if there are capable alternatives, like you have Air Peace, very capable, you have Ibom Air, you have all of them that have shown capacity, that have shown seriousness in terms of being able to reach different parts of the country. When you look at their flight schedules, you see certain cities that you be wondering, okay, so there are flight connections to these places. On the wings of such thing, of the operations of these companies, also the issue of tourism. These companies will also take people, foreigners, take Nigerians to the far reaches of the country, and then money will follow them. Let's do more things that will attract foreign exchange instead of opening the door for foreign exchange to keep flying out.
What is wrong with this model that we're about to adopt?
Ayo, okay, maybe I need to be more explicit now. 100% shareholding. 49% is dedicated to a foreign airline, meaning theoretically 49% of this thing is going out of this country. Now, the remaining 51%, government has 5%.
Just 5?
Yeah, the remaining 46% goes to players,
individuals,
that are not quite airline operators, who can stand up to Ethiopian Airline when they are the technical personnel, who can say, you are a pilot, I'm a pilot. What are you talking about? For example, you want to bring your CEO, Ethiopian, Director of Finance, Ethiopian, Director of Operations, Ethiopian. What is left for Nigeria?
That is it.
Who is competent of all the other, why should we trust Ethiopia and think that they will not try to fool us? Who is competent of all the other, all those who own the 51%? Do you understand? Who will be on the board? What will they be discussing with Ethiopia Airlines that has a, if you like, monopoly of wisdom in this business? We need to find a way, just as, listen, my own father and some foreign had a textile factory in this country. A lot of Nigerians were put there to work with them. It was a 50-50 business. They sat there, they were watching. When they, after 10 years, the foreign partners left, the Nigerians who are running the company were competent because they had a front view row seat of what was happening in that company.
Okay. Okay, we have Richard from Makurdi. Thank you for joining us, Richard. Oh, we lost Richard.
You know, so we need to bring ourselves into the place of what is happening, where the action is. Somebody is going to take a decision that affects you, and then you go away. You need to be there in that room to see what is happening. There has to be somebody who is competent, who can monitor what is going on, so that however competent the Ethiopians may be, so that they do not fool us. They do not fleece us. How will you trust them 100% to handle the finance, the operations, the CEO, the repairs? Everything will be coming from Ethiopia. Please.
The D check, the C checks.
Now you are talking.
Yes.
All right.